Hey y'all, new year, new you, new me, am I right? I don't know about y'all, but I am so ready for a new year. It is time for all the change. One of my most requested things on Hey Y'all has been, can we shortcut, can we lighten up some Southern classic recipes? Well, it's a new year and we are doing it. Lightened up fried chicken. So in order to make lighter fried chicken, I'm going to do it two different ways to see which one is the best. Both ways start off the same by marinating in a buttermilk and egg and garlic and salt and pepper mixture overnight. I'm gonna air fry one because I know a lot of y'all probably got an air fryer for a present over the holidays. And then for the second one, I'm going to sear in oil and finish baking it in the oven. Then at the end, I'm going to do a taste test to see which one I like better. Air fried or seared and then baked? I am leaning towards seared and baked because I don't know too much about the air fried version yet, but I might become an air fryer convert after the end of this, so I am really excited to find out. Let's get to frying. Yesterday, I came in here and marinated my chicken in a mixture of buttermilk, eggs, garlic, salt, and pepper. And I'm ready to batter my chicken. Flour mixture has 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Don't skip on the cornstarch. That really helps crisp it up, especially if you're doing this in the air fryer. Cornstarch is gonna be your best friend. And then 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. So I like all of my black pepper to be freshly grated. So what I do is I buy whole black peppercorns. I grind them in the spice grinder and then keep them in a small mason jar. And then that is way fresher than any kind of pre-ground black pepper you are ever gonna find in the grocery store. Y'all, some of that stuff has been ground for years. If you learn anything, learn that. So in my flour bowl, I'm just going to give that a good little stir. You can use a whisk. I like a fork. You can do whatever. I'm gonna batter all of my chicken, fry some of it in some canola oil, just like 3 minutes on each side, and then put it in the oven. And then I'm going to also batter it and put it in the air fryer. I need to get all of my oil and my air fryers preheated, so let's do that. My air fryer is preheating. I preheated it to about 380 degrees. I'm gonna be real honest, I don't air fry many things. I just like the oven better and I like traditional frying, but I think it's gonna be good for lightening up fried chicken. This thing sounds like it's about to take off, like it is a rocket ship ready to soar, and I don't know how I feel about it. You can't overlap pieces or they won't get crispy. You can't put very many pieces in the air fryer like you can put them in the oven. So there are like advantages to both methods. I have some of my chicken battered. I think I'm gonna be able to fit about 4 pieces in the air fryer at the time. And then I'm also going to batter my chicken for searing in the oil and putting in the oven. So I preheated my oven to 425 and I'm preheating some canola oil about 1 inch deep in a cast iron skillet to around 350 degrees so that it will sear on both sides for about 3 minutes. This is like why this is gonna be lighter fried chicken. Chicken, if it's cooking in oil for the entire time, it soaks up a lot of grease, and that's where you're getting a lot of your calories and a lot of your fat. So if I just sear my chicken that's been coated in flour and cornstarch in oil just like 3 minutes per side until it's golden and crisp, it's not sitting and getting saturated in the grease and the fat for as long of a time, and the oven does all the work, so it makes it a little bit lighter. Obviously, there's no grease involved in an air fryer, just the cooking spray. Wet hand, dry hand. So my wet hand is actually my pair of tongs. I don't want to get one hand battered at all. And then I'm going in with my flour so that I don't mess up and get my fingers all caked in batter. And then I have this wire rack that I'm taking my battered chicken and putting it on so I can put it in the air fryer and in the grease. So here goes the air fryer. I've had this thing preheating. I set it for 30 minutes originally. It's down to 16 already because it took me that long to batter and get the camera set up and everything. So I'm going to open up the air fryer. First, I need to spray my pieces really well with my friend Pamela. And into the air fryer. So here we have it. all of my chicken in an even layer, coat it really well with Pamela. Here we go. 20 minutes. This is like a little space pod and it's amazing technology, but wow. I literally just turned the camera around. My air fryer is on this side of my counter. My stove is obviously on this side of the counter. So I have 1 inch of canola oil. You can use vegetable oil in a cast iron skillet that has been heating up, and I have it over about medium-high heat. It is about 350 degrees. So what I'm going to do is put my chicken in this hot oil and sear it for about 3 minutes on each side, just until it's golden, and then I'm going to put it onto a foil-lined baking sheet and put it in the oven at 425 to finish cooking all the way. So here we go. Chicken has been, it's golden brown. It's spent about 6 minutes total, maybe not even 6 minutes. This chicken is like lightly golden, not all the way. And it has spent about 5 minutes in the hot grease. It is going to continue cooking in the oven. 6 minutes left on the air fried chicken before I check it for doneness. I'm going to pop this partially cooked chicken into the oven at 425 to finish cooking through. Once my air fryer gets done frying and everything is done there, I'm going to move on to some blistered green beans and cherry tomatoes. That is like honestly my favorite part about this recipe because I love a good vegetable, and I feel like on Hey Y'all, honestly don't cook a ton of vegetables, and I should, because in my real life I eat a lot of vegetables. I cook a lot of vegetables, and I should honestly just do it more for y'all. I'm gonna open up my air fryer and check it for doneness, and also flip the chicken just so it gets evenly golden on all sides and also evenly crisp. Very important for anything that you do in the air fryer. Make sure you turn it at least once, if not more often. Here we go. Air fryer chicken. It's not bad. I will say that the chicken that is coming out of the oven definitely looks better than this air fryer situation. But like these pieces look pretty good. Look at this. The parts where the batter stayed on is still, it's still pretty crispy. The color is not as golden as I would like it, but for crispy, cooked, light fried chicken, it might be pretty good. I just took my chicken out of the oven, and already I'm liking this method better than the air fryer, at least based off of looks and crispiness. So here is the chicken that was first seared in oil and then finished baking in the oven. It looks perfectly golden brown. It looks like fried chicken. I think it's gonna taste like fried chicken. It's really crispy, and I'm really excited to eat it. Now, I'm going to move on to the green beans and tomatoes. So what I have to do is pour this hot oil from the skillet into a metal bowl and then wipe the skillet clean so I can cook my green beans and tomatoes. Into the skillet that I cooked the chicken in, I'm gonna use some of the hot oil that I poured out, just like 2 tablespoons, put it back into the skillet that I wiped clean with a paper towel, and put it on medium-high, and then I'm going to cook a pound of green beans with 1 large shallot that I thinly sliced. And then once they have like softened and the green beans are really bright and almost tender, I'm gonna throw in some cherry tomatoes and lemon juice and salt. And oh my gosh, honestly, I might be just as excited about this as I am the chicken. When you get your tomatoes in the skillet, you really want to make sure they can hit the skillet and not sit on top of the green beans. So make sure at least one side of the cherry tomato skin can hit the skillet so it will get a good char. You're looking to only cook these until they start to burst and are charred, which is going to take around 3 to 4 minutes. You don't maneuver it around a lot, but if you do find that the cherry tomatoes are sitting on top of the green beans, move it around a little so it can get a skillet kiss, as I like to call it. My green beans and tomatoes are smelling amazing. It is time to toss them with salt, pepper, and lemon juice. They smell so charred and just delightful. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Perfectly cooked green beans, blistered tomatoes, crispy charred scallots, Yum. All right, y'all, here it is. I have my pan fried and baked chicken, my air fryer chicken, and then my blistered green beans and tomatoes that I'm going to serve with both of these. It is time to do a taste test to see which version of the fried chicken, air fried or pan fried and baked, is going to be better. All right, y'all, it is time to dig in. Moment of truth. I have my platter O fried chicken. Don't worry, I know which one is which. Basil is trying to taste the chicken too. Hey, B. So we're gonna go with air fryer chicken first. The air fryer is definitely less brown and less crispy than the stuff from the oven and the skillet, but I think it still might be delicious. Some of the batter definitely did come off, but I did like that I didn't have to dirty up the pan or preheat my oven. Basil has been very invested this entire video. Okay, I mean, it's a little dry, but it's crispy, it's crunchy, it's flavorful. It is in no way greasy at all, like some fried chicken tends to be. It's pretty good. If I'm looking for a healthier version of fried chicken, the air fryer seems like it'd be solid. Let me give the thigh a fair chance. It's crunchy. I am a thigh girl through and through. I would say if you're doing this in the air fryer, you should definitely use boneless, skinless thighs over the breast because it has way more flavor. It's juicier. They're thinner, so they got a little bit crispier. All around, just better than the breast. The breast is still good. The flour kind of takes on like a crackery almost flavor in the air fryer because it's baked and not touching any kind of oil, so it doesn't, and it tastes baked, but it also tastes fried, and it's delicious and buttery and crispy and crunchy. Kind of tastes like a Ritz cracker with chicken, and I'm not mad about any of that. Okay, let's move on to the pan seared and then baked. Okay, I went for the breast first. It is hands down way more moist and juicy and tender than the air fried version of this. So if you want to do breast, I recommend the searing method and then finishing in the oven. This recipe definitely is a lot more reminiscent of traditional fried chicken because it does have that greasy flavor, but not like too greasy. You can definitely tell this is like a lightened up version, but in not a bad way. Okay, going in for a thigh. Tastes fried, not greasy at all. Delicious. Yum. Still a thigh girl. So how did I do? Air fryer recipe, it definitely worked. The thighs are way better than the breast. The pan fried method uses up more dishes than the air fryer does, but tastes better, so it kind of just is like a which one would you rather go for. Personally, I like the original recipe better than the air fried, but you might like the air fryer version. I cannot wait to dig into these green beans. Like I said, we don't do enough vegetable recipes on Hey Y'all, so that is my mission in 2021. More veggies on the plate, because I cook a lot of them in my real life and I feel like I should share that with y'all. Put it in the comments if you want me to do more vegetable recipes. I have a lot of them in my back pocket and I can't wait to share. If you like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share, click the bell, all of the things. I am digging into these amazing green beans and tomatoes. I will see y'all next time. If you want me to lighten up another Southern classic, let me know what you want it to be in the comments. I will see y'all soon. Happy New Year. Bye, y'all.